Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about game 142 of the regular season, where the Astros get embarrassed in the first game of the three-game set against the Padres, 11-2. I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't. And I've said that only a couple times in these videos. I try to keep it scarce when I say that. This is a time where I genuinely don't know what to tell you. Everything you need to know, everything you could possibly want to know about the Astros is perfectly summed up there. That's the way it's been the past, 2 weeks. They're almost taking me out of a job, because you can pretty much tell everything you need to know from literally just taking a brief look at the score. Not even the hits, the players that got the hits, or the pitching staff that gave up the runs or didn't give up the runs. Just a cursory look at what the score of the game was. You got the full story. They've taken a job away from me. You don't need me to explain what happened, whether it's embarrassing or close or what have you. Obviously, if you just look at a series like you just had against the Rangers and see that they put up 39 runs and 50 hits in 3 days, you can tell it was an absolute slaughter. And if you look at this game, where it was 11-2, the Astros actually did hold a lead in this game for 1 point. That's wild, isn't it? Anyway, but you see that it's 11-2 in your home stadium, you can tell that that's embarrassing, but you're on the embarrassing end. I don't get this team. I don't know what the problem is. It's 2019 World Series vibes. There's no other way to put it. When they're home, they might as well be taking out a toothpick to the plate, and when they're on the road, it's batting practice. It's the Nats World Series all over again. It's just in the regular season, and it's consistent. You have a 3-game home set, you gotta go back before the Yankee series, you gotta go to the Red Sox series. You go to Boston. There's a rocket going up as I make this video, and we're just going to roll on. You go to Boston, and for the first time in franchise history, you sweep the Red Sox in very dominating fashion, might I add you. And then you come home, you get swept by the Yankees, kind of an embarrassing fashion on account that the Yankees already had a foot in the grave going into that series, and you were supposed to put the final nail in the coffin, but you couldn't quite do that. Then you go into the Rangers series against a Rangers team who I believe at the start of that series were leading the division, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. It might have been tied with us for second place, but regardless, we're technically ahead of you in the division standings, and you put up one of the most dominating series in franchise, debatably, at least if you look at how many hits you had, history of baseball in their stadium, to completely take any life out of them that they had, and any momentum that they could have tried to ride to the last part of the season, take it away from them. Return home after that series. 50 hits in 3 days. Bang. 2 runs of offense. I don't get this team. I really don't. And I've said a few times kind of jokingly, I'm just done understanding this team. They don't make any sense. I genuinely, I don't know that I can comprehend what they're doing right now. It goes against all understanding. I'm a total sabermetrician, right? I nerd out over things like expected batting average, expected WOBA, the Pythagorean theorem on Baseball Reference. I geek out over that stuff. And we use that stuff because we know that there's luck and unluck, and teams go through hot streaks and cold streaks. We understand that. But this is a team that isn't just, when they're good, and when they're bad, which you can say about any team. And no crap, Sherlock. Obviously when a team is doing well, they're winning games, and when they're doing badly, they're probably losing games. No kidding. But the Astros take that to another level of being, where it's, when they're good, they are so historically good, they do things, they put up numbers that have never, in the sport of baseball, the history of this game, been done. Like the 50 hits in 3 games. Like the 400-win seasons in 5 years, like making it to 6 ALCSs in a row, or 6 LCSs in a row. They do things that you've never before seen, that a person who is 100 years old, or even defying all the laws of actual nature, 150 years old, would never have seen in their life, and then have streaks of baseball where against below 500 teams, they are unwatchable. And so now as a fan base, we get to just sit and wait to see if we get Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde and pray that they can wash this bitter taste out of our mouths and get their first win at Minute Maid Park since, any guesses? August 22nd. That's depressing. Anyway, game tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. The Astros are sending the noted coffee lover and enthusiast Christian Javier to the mound, and the Padres are sending Seth Lugo to the mound. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for right now, that's all I have to say. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.